I don't know. Would you be curious? I know I would. If somebody told me that I could get in to a system to find out information about something I'd been waiting for or something that was life-changing for me without getting caught, I might think about checking it out. It seems kind of harmless at first, without considering any consequences at all, except for just finding out information for myself. Having had this experience going through the application process with my daughter a couple of years ago, I really wanted to know where she was going to be accepted for art school. It meant a lot to me, in particular because one of the schools she applied to was here in Providence. So it would mean that there might be less expenses for her to travel, for her to live. Um, so for planning purposes, and somebody had come along and said, I can give you some information a little bit early, I might have thought about it for a second. I have to be honest with you. And maybe that's not such an ethical decision. And so I think this case study is a pretty good one in terms of trying to figure out whether something like this would be ethical or not. In the case study, Hacking into Harvard, the MBA school applicants found a way to hear of their admission status before their information was officially released, merely by changing the URL connected to the end of their login. Sounds pretty easy. The earlier you know something like that, the earlier you can start to make plans. For example, if you have to move your family to Boston, that's the big one. And in one case, I think in the case study, the wife was actually the one who hacked in, not the applicant himself. And he felt like because of that, he wasn't really to be implicated because somebody else was on the computer trying to find the information and not him. So, in thinking about that, how would some of the other philosophers that we have been reading about have looked at this case?